right to the switch. Sometimes you're going to hit that switch, and guess what? You're going to be stupid, and you're going to hit your butt. Alright? You're going to come right on the crack of your butt. Remember I told you, you never hit a switch and go to the crack of your butt. You don't want to go here. But guess what? Sometimes you're going to be stupid. Sometimes you're going to do it and get right here in this position. This is the next part. We watch our coach transitions right through his Grammy operation. Me snap.
I got the ankle, he's got the ankle up. Alright, I sit all the way through to my butt. Alright, all the way to this hip. I don't waste time right here, alright? I sit through, I close to rotate up, and I power shrug. Alright? I can't do it, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's hard to do shrug.
Hey, do it off, do it without going first.
Alright,
Watch the motion.
what's up? I'm right here. I'm gonna be shoving it up. I'm posting right here. I'm gonna sit through, pop up, and grab it, and hit a power shrug.
Nasty motion.
I do the same thing off the
It was sit through level 2 Granby.
inside leg stand up.
Yeah.
I showed you guys. I do the same thing off of that. I come right here. I sit through. I rotate over, and I go. I do the same thing off of changeover. You know. If the guy lines up on the opposite side, I'm not comfortable on that side. So I'm going to sit all the way to this hip so I can get him to my comfortable side, and I'm just going to keep going and rotate. Change over, I'm going to pop up. Follow move.
It's a sit out level 2 Granby switch.
But it's just I'm a Grammy and Peterson guy, so this stuff is like second nature to me. But that's what you want to do.
Yeah, well, the whole Grammy stuff, guys, honestly,
I ain't even got time today.
it's not a science, it's an art.
We get back to it Sunday though.
Teach him a 1-2 Granby.
1-2 Granby is basically like this. The guys on top, I'm going to take a cheat step out here. Alright, get us to a tripod position. Notice where my hips at. I'm leaning my hips away. Alright, I'm leaning my hips away. Now I'm going to cross step right here. Alright, I'm going to cross step. I'm going to get wrist control. And I'm going to go. Alright, the thing is, guys, when
You
you
want a
cross
quick
step,
one? Learn this.
you got to cross step way up here. You got to be able to do this. Alright? If your cross step is back here, and you take the weight off of your hands, and you fall on your face, you're not stepping high enough. The whole point of the cross step is to get your hips up to the max, so that you can take the weight off your hands. Alright? Hard for that guy to follow that. Hard for that guy to follow that. So the basic 1-2, it's not a Grammy, it's a power shrug. Grammy, you roll on your shoulders. That's the difference. This is a Grammy. I'm going on my shoulders. I never hit my shoulders on this. I never hit my shoulders on this.
It's a 1-2 clip.
On the whistle. On the whistle, I'm just cheat step, rotating my hips out. Rotating my hips out. Now comes the cross step. Now this is about the time he's going to be chopping my arm. Alright, when he chops my arm, I just go with it.
Let me ask you a question, too, guys. Why do you think he's crossing over, too, other than just to get that elevation? Why is he crossing over? Why is he crossing over? Say what?
Direction.
You said same direction? Well, I mean, what usually happens if you
Trap.
They usually, what we call,
They get hooked.
sun devil in the ankle, sun devil in the leg.
Yeah,
just
sun.
hooking it. Alright? So it stops that. And then at the same time, coach's hips are out.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, show him that.
Yeah, Sun Devil clear too.
Yeah.
Do that.
Knee slide.
I pop up, alright, he hooks the ankle. Alright, I don't track it here. I just limp right out
And you go right
and go right to it. Alright.
We call it sun devil clear.
Sun Devil
All I
clear.
do is turn my hips down, limp out, and keep going. If he traps it on the whistle before you even pop up, what you can do, alright, I don't see how guys get beat with this, alright? But a guy
You had an ankle that's laced.
you push back into
Yeah.
Now you're ready to go. Yeah, my arm is posted on the mat. So what? I want him to chop it. Alright, I want him to chop it because I'm already rotating up. By the time you chop it, I'm gone. I'm gone.
Alright, he tried to snowplow, what you call a head drill. You stop that by focusing on the elbow, then what you do, coach? No. You in that position, and right there. Alright?
Right here. Same position.
He tries to drive me
He tries to drive me forward. As long he's helping me rotate my hips up. Alright, he's giving me my he's pressuring me that way. So I'm just gonna go with it and tuck my head. I'm gonna go with it and tuck my head. I can also another little thing from this, when I pop up and he hooks my leg, I hook his.
You can take him over with it.
I hook his, you know. He's got my leg hooked. He's got it trapped. I pop up and I catch his. Alright, then I hot leg over. Alright, I hot leg over and I go for my break right here. Alright. The key to trapping that foot is if I don't trap it, he can post it out. Alright? Look at, if I try the high leg, see how he's posting up? I can't get the high leg if I don't trap it. Me hooking it is stopping him from being able to post it out. Now I can just run him right over now. And we get right here. I come under here, I cradle him up.
Ain't enough time, guys.
We're going to touch on all of that Sunday. We're going to have Heskey all day here tomorrow showing his stuff. We're going to get back to review on bottom. I'm going to show you kind of like the basic stuff in that whole series.
And if you have any free time, guys, come up and ask, again, like I said, come up and ask these coaches, any one of us, some information. If you didn't get something the correct way, you want to be able to try it again or work something out, talk to us so we can help you out. Wrestling is a whole lot simpler than what you guys think it is a lot of times. It really is. The more complicated you try to make it, the more frustrated you get, the more matches you'll lose. The more you start realizing there's only a couple positions in wrestling, and you can create things, you can make things happen for yourself. They don't have to step every time, you can make them step. They don't have to always put you in a certain position, you can put them in the situation that you want to be in. But it's also knowing what happens if you get in those situations. And everything is high percentage. One of the things that we're doing too, if you notice throughout this whole camp that you've seen today, all of these moves that we went over, except for Coach Woodburn, and I love Woodburn to death, and he's from Pennsylvania. So the level of wrestling is totally different. So he's seen things that some of us haven't even seen ourselves. So he has to come up with different ways to do certain things. But even his stuff at his level is high level, it's high percentage. That means that every move that you do, that you practice, should be something that 99% or at least 90% of the time, you're going to win that position. You're going to be in this situation 90% of the time.
In other words, we're not showing the stuff that just works on scrubs.
Exactly. Exactly.
The stuff we show works on good guys, not just scrubs.
And I'll tell you, I mean, these coaches, you got Pierre Pryor, 4-time ACC champion. He's been to wrestling NCAA 4 times. So he knows what it's like. He's been at that level. He was a high school All-American. All right. So I mean, all these guys who wrestle at NC State. You got Tim wrestled at UNC Pembroke. High level wrestler. I remember when he was always around like that, but he was fast, even faster than what he is now. And I remember these guys wrestling. I'm telling you, they've been at the highest level and they know what works. Period. Everybody that you've seen here today, even though we didn't have Ben Kajar and you know, it is what it is. It happened the way it was supposed to happen. He wants to come back. He wants to be able to come to something for us. But we got to show that again that we really want to support that whole thing. But it wasn't a drop-off because the guys that you saw in here today, all of the guys you saw are all high-level college wrestlers that have done it at the highest level, okay? So, you know, you didn't miss out on anything. You got the same high-level technique, stuff that's going to work 90% of the time, not a whole bunch of camp moves that you can go back and say, oh man, this is real nice. You take the leg, you drop down on your knee, then you come back on your nose, and then you drop on your ear, and then you throw it back. So it's perfect. That's a perfect move. No, it's not. Some guys in here were talking about that stupid movie with John Cena, right? Anybody seen that? That was the lamest movie. Somebody tell me in here if a reverse cradle actually works. I don't even, does anybody know what it is? He called it a reverse cradle, and it was the stupidest thing. What happened? It was a dumb movie. I don't even want to explain it. But the whole point is, those are movies, and that was a move that only they show at camp that's not going to work on anybody good. It's just not. We've coached guys at high levels. We're the North Carolina Dream Team coaches, so we've coached some of the best kids in the nation from North Carolina. We've been and seen guys and some of the best guys in the nation. Be best. So we know what works at those levels. So make sure you ask us questions and stay focused.
I like to add something to that. Guys, we show you a million things for one reason, alright? Wrestling is a unique sport, alright? And I love it because they got all kinds of types of wrestlers. Long, lanky guys, short, stocky guys, counter wrestlers, guys that don't take a shot but still know how to win off just countering people, guys that suck on their feet but good on bottom. Different styles and matchups. This world, this sport, I love it. Alright? It is unique for that reason, alright? Me and Riel were talking yesterday about, you know, he was talking about how a guy that wrestles on his back leg all the time. Like, he never puts pressure on his front leg. He just stands with all his weight on his back foot, all right? And that's probably the dumbest thing in the world you can do, all right? But he probably makes it work for him somehow. You know, funky guys make different things work for him. The point is, we show you a million things so that you can find what works for you. Alright? You know how to wrestle. Alright? You don't have to learn everything we teach you. Pick up a couple of things that works for you, perfect it, add to your arsenal what you already know. That's how you become more well-rounded as a wrestler. Alright? You can't get better doing the same thing. Alright? Jack is tough with legs on top. Alright? But if he's still getting beat, and not turning everybody, it might be beneficial to him to maybe add some bars in with his leg arsenal. Instead of just depending on legs all the time, it might be beneficial to learn a bar series. Add things to your arsenal. It makes you more tougher and well-rounded as a wrestler. You don't have to learn everything. Most of the stuff is going to fly right by you anyway. But grab some things. Reach out and grab a few things here and there. 2 moves from each position maybe. That's what you wasn't doing before. Add it to your arsenal. You know what I'm saying? I like to joke around with the super duck a lot. Alright? That guy right there knows I had the ugliest super duck in the nation. Alright? I used to try to hit on them guys at practice. And they would stop. We would be live wrestling and they would just stop and laugh at me while we doing live because it'd be so ugly. Until Bubba Jenkins came down here. He showed me the way. Alright?
I got it on film.
He showed me the way. I've been hitting super ducks like going out of style ever since then. I never would have known how to do it though if I didn't try. You know what I'm saying? Got in the practice room playing around. So I'm the type of guy, I'll be sitting home watching wrestling, NCAA. I'll see something. Let me rewind that. I'm trying that in practice the next day. You know what I'm saying? I like trying new things, playing around with stuff. That's what it's all about. Now I got a little Steelers flying by that I like doing. Because I seen him hit it on Rainbow, and I was like, okay, I'm trying that in practice, alright? That's what it's all about. Picking up things, seeing it, trying it, find stuff that works for you. Now I got a super duck and a little Steelers. I never could hit a slide right in my life. But the way he does that one, it works for me. It works for me. Never thought I'd be able to hit a super duck in my life. But the way Bubba Jenkins showed me the way, he showed me the way. I'm nasty with it now, right, Jack? He's a victim. I'm a victim. He's a victim too? I ain't got to see that. All right.
All right, what time you got, Coach?